Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to day 9.
Day 9.
It is day 9, right?
Yeah, it's day 9.
It is day 9 of chat with
Chris and Pat.
Sometimes I get that confused.
I know.
Anyway,
You need my help.
so we are reading the I don't know what the whole series is, but the ACOTAR series, Court of Thorns and Roses. We're on book 3.
Yeah.
Well, I've listened to the whole series, and I say listen because we do the dramatized audio version of it, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
On Audible, and we're loving it a lot, but he wanted to listen to it, and I'm like, oh darn, I have to listen to it again. Shucks. And so we figured that it might be fun to see how Gen X, because that's both of us,
right,
how we respond, because there's a lot of people out there that are like the young people, and like it seems to be a lot of young people reading this, and I do feel like, not gonna lie, I feel a bit lame.
Like you have a different...
Well, no, I feel a bit out of place. I don't think it was written for my demographic or ours, but it's still enjoyable.
Okay, you think?
I don't know.
Maybe
I feel like it's meant for a younger audience.
Maybe it is.
And maybe it's just me being young at heart. I mean, Gen X is generally like young at heart forever.
Rated R. It's like 17 and above.
At least. It needs to be at least. So.
I don't know, have things changed nowadays where they're less restrictive on age for that?
Oh, well, you know, that's a whole nother topic.
Okay.
We need to not go into that one today.
Okay, all right.
So we decided we'll get some tea. We've written down the characters to discuss, and we're just going to be discussing, okay, side note, we should add, if you haven't read the first book, A Court of Thorns and Roses, do not watch the rest of this, because we are talking about our characters.
Spoiler alert.
Exactly. Spoiler.
We're in the middle of the third book.
The third book.
Right, middle?
So here's the thing. Yeah, ish.
Okay.
So we're only going to try to base our thoughts on these characters just by the end of book 1. So you have to try to take it just by the end of book 1.
Gotcha.
So quick recap, end of book 1. Again, don't listen to this if you've not read the books. Recap.
So I've got to remember how I felt at the end.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's going to be tough.
Got it.
But, you know, she went hunting because her family's starving and nobody's doing shit. And she kills the wolf. The wolf ends up being fairy. Skins it. Ends up being Tamlin's dude that he sent out into the woods to try to save him from this curse. She falls in love with Tamlin. Tamlin falls in love with her first. This whole Beauty and the Beast shenanigans.
Yeah.
Then she realizes that she should go back. He sends her away. She should go back. Blah, blah, blah. I love you. I never said I love you because it was hard to say. Anyways, she doesn't say it. There's a curse. She goes to the mountain where he's been taken. You know the drill. And faces all these challenges to prove her love.
The Court of Nightmares, right?
Court of Nightmare. No, it's not. It's under the mountain where Amarantha's court is. But the Amarantha's court was designed to look like the Court of Nightmares from the Night Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I might be a nerd. Anyway. So, yeah, all the torture, you know, the whole shenanigans with Rhysand and
they fucked her up.
Dressing sexy, getting beat up, broken, dies, regenerates from the 7, all in love with Tamlin. Tamlin and her have this makeout session. Obviously, this is before she dies. Has that makeout session where Tamlin like steals her away for a second, and then Rhysand catches her, and she's got paint and touch and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Amarantha's moving forward. She puts a stake through Tamlin's heart. Yada yada.
Right.
Feels like horrible for killing 2 fucking fairies. Anyway, that one.
Well,
I mean, okay.
I think you were. Well, anyways.
Okay, to be honest, the first time I read that, I'm like, you're saving a whole people. This is where my Gen X mentality, I think, does kick in hardcore. Because to me, I'm like, okay, one of those fairies wanted to die. She was like, yeah, kill me. This is for the good. I want, like, do it because I'm going to be helping to free the rest of my people. Please, yes, do this. The one kid, he's young, he's scared, whatever. I get that. And Tamlin's like, yeah, bitch, you can't kill me. So do it and we'll free the people and yay. And now she's like having this, anyway, And she's like all like, oh, I killed 2 fairies and I can't live with myself now.
She held on to that too long.
Too fucking long. Okay, but that's more for discussion book 2. But her whole struggle, I kind of get it. But at the same time, it's like a whole people, like an entire world of things versus 2 fairies. Get over it. Sacrifices need to be made. Okay, the insight into Christine's world, but our discussion today is meant to be on these topics and these characters.
All
so
right.
by the end of that book, the point is, she's in love, they go off happy to, what's one that came out? Oh, this is the one. So this is our character we have to ask. Okay. So this is our first character analysis.
Do I start first? And then...
Yeah, sure. No, you just read it and we'll talk about it.
Okay. Elaine, useless or
Adorably naive.
adorably naive?
Okay. Useless or adorably naive.
Interesting.
Elaine, what do we think?
You know, we're just going strictly on listening to the first book.
Just first book.
I felt like she, wow.
Do you really know her character in book 1?
Yeah. She's
Like-
really nice.
She was nice, but
Really sweet.
I think she was kind of useless. I mean, I guess she
My
did like
first-
this heartfelt thing.
My first thought was useless, and then it started to kind of drift to adorably naive. So
Yeah, you're
so I'm gonna
say
go with my first thought.
useless.
Is useless, yeah.
Well, I'm kind of in agreement.
Yeah, I didn't feel like she had much built on her.
Yeah.
You know.
I think she was just meant to be like a heartwarming piece for Feyre to think about. Oh, my
That's what it
dear
was.
sister back
Yeah.
home. I don't want anything
Yeah.
bad to happen to her. Although she did shit for me. Anyway. Feyre. Okay. Did her family deserve saving? That was actually the question.
Right,
We should actually talk about Feyre herself.
And
And then
my-
the other question.
And my mentality at the end of the first book.
Like, now, part of that question is basically just like the first half of the book.
I think being invested in okay, my first thought is if Feyre didn't have such a heart for her family, I would say no. Because I mean, I'm like, what did they do? The dad was too much of a punk. The oldest daughter was a bitch. Elaine is innocent, so I don't know. I think like, okay, yeah, maybe Elaine's worth saving. You know, yeah,
And like that heartfelt feeling. That
this
she
all
had
hinges
protected.
upon what?
Well, it all
what
hinged upon.
sacrifice?
Well, it all hinged on Feyre promising her mother that she would take care of them
Okay.
when she was like 10,
Yeah.
because the mom knew that everyone else in the family was inept, apparently.
Yeah.
Which says something.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but Feyre as a character, how did you feel about her by the end of the book?
forgive me, but I'm getting my stories mixed up.
I know.
At the end of the
Book 1.
At the end of the book 1, she died, but then was given all the essences of all the
7 High
all
Lords.
the High Lords. Okay.
Right. And became High Fae.
I thought she was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought she was growing to be a badass. So I mean, that was pretty cool too. I mean, and
She was like fearless.
yeah, definitely.
I mean, she had
fearless.
fear, but like she had some gumption.
Right.
She didn't cower. So I mean, that was pretty badassy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's some badassery there. And however, once she killed those fairies, I think I just really needed the author to just stop. Like,
Yeah.
I did not need to know the diatribe in her head with so much clarity and like incessantness. Like, yeah, you had to make a really hard choice. I talked about that already. It still gets me like a little bit irritated thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like you want her to see the big picture.
I do. I wanted her to see the big
she
picture.
was not seeing the big picture.
No. Anyway, but
yeah.
yeah.
But she was showing her youth at the same time.
I guess that's a really good point.
Yeah.
You know, she was showing her youthfulness. Okay, let's see this one. Oh, Resand. Did Resand save Feyre or use her as a pawn? Savior or villain? I remember your thoughts by the end of book 1.
I don't remember my thoughts at the end.
You thought he was a dick.
I did?
Yeah, oh yeah. You were like, God, he's such a dick. I remember that.
Yeah, dang it.
It's okay.
I mean, I started to see, I guess, I don't remember thinking that he was a dick, but.
Oh, you said it out loud.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? I guess I did. Yeah, I was.
But he played his character really well.
I know what I saw. I saw a possibility of her having a love triangle.
You did.
And I was totally on team Tamlin at the time.
Yeah, 100%. Which is what we're supposed to be. She wrote it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
I was kind of like, what the fuck are you doing, Tamlin? Like not sticking up for her. You know?
Yeah, you were annoyed by that.
I mean, if you were that powerful.
Right.
Okay. Anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
So I'm like, what? No, that's not what her future husband should be like, you know.
Yeah.
So
that scene where he got on his knees in front of Resand.
Yeah.
In the spring court.
Yeah.
When Resand came and Tamlin was groveling, you were like, what the fuck?
Right.
What is he doing? Get off your knees.
This is not the all-powerful High Lord that we were
loved
given
your reaction to
the
that.
impression of, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, okay, is he going to redeem himself later? Yeah, he's got to redeem himself later.
Okay, next. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is actually Tamlin. I can't get it
Okay,
open.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got 2 hands.
Thank you.
Perfect protector, Tamlin. Perfect protector or walking red flag? I didn't see the red flags.
Yeah.
I mean, I just what we talked about, yes.
Right.
But I think I kept wanting him to maybe just have a human moment.
Yeah.
You know, and
Although
because
stay.
right, yeah, like a imperfect moment, you know. Yeah, because I mean, in our marriage, I've definitely had those imperfect moments.
Yeah.
You know, so there's definitely some merciful
feelings,
wishes. Yeah.
For me, there was definitely there was times where I'm like, oh, that's really sweet, and then when he would get all pissy for stupid reasons, I'm like, dude, just say something.
Yeah, definitely a
just talk.
Beauty and the Beast type moment, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think she basically just took Beauty and the Beast and was like, oh, we'll make it fairy. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's cute.
Very and sexy.
With a bit of steam.
Yeah.
A little bit of spice added on top. And I mean, but even honestly, I think the spice was, spicy scenes
very minimal, huh?
were minimal.
Yeah.
You know? I think it was a good, tiptoeing into the series because it gets a lot spicier later.
Yeah.
Way spice.
Yeah, she didn't go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, definitely.
Which is good.
Yeah.
You get connected to these characters, and then you're like, oh well, okay, here we are. Okay, we're gonna read some spicy content now.
Having some definite visuals, you know.
Nike. Okay.
Nesta, heartless bitch, or misunderstood.
Oh, yeah.
There's at least a fraction of me that thinks she's misunderstood. I was impressed that she went to go find Feyre. That impressed me. I was like, okay, she's not as heartless as she seems. So it's kind of like a facade. So I think that gives me more like a misunderstood.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's misunderstood. I think it's more like she has love in her heart.
But it's like the Grinch. It's like 2 sizes too small.
Yeah.
Like 10 times too small or whatever it is.
I think she definitely not misunderstood. I think she's just like has some growing to do. There's some sort of traumatic background there that I have no idea. Something that's triggering her
I love that you see that.
bitchiness, you know.
And I agree. Because we're listening to the audiobook of this, the dramatized audiobook, every time her voice comes on, my hackles come up. Every time I hear her voice, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm like, ooh, shut up.
Yeah. She's mean.
She's so mean. And so I guess, again,
Like
Gen X.
mean worded.
Exactly.
Not mean by action.
So for me, it's like you can have trauma and not be horrible to everybody around you.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's where it draws the line. And I guess that's the Gen X part of me. It's like, have your issues, but stuff them way down.
Right.
Deal with it in some other way that you could still be like a decent human to other people.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could go through shitty things, but like, could you not spew that shit on everybody else around you?
Right.
So for me, I just feel like maybe not heartless bitch. She's just.
To me, she's in the middle.
Well, she's like traumatized diva.
She feels like she's justified.
She does. She's that's a really good way of saying, like, she feels justified, and in that justification, she feels what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a victim, or
it's victim mentality, which, you know, again, just as a generation, we have a really hard time with victim mentality. It's like, get over your shit. Everyone has stuff like that, but and I know that probably sounds heartless. So maybe I'm the heartless bitch. Maybe we've uncovered that in this discussion. Some people may have called me that in the past, but you know, it is what it is. You know, like everyone has issues. You don't have to take that out on other people.
Yeah. It's not really on you know.
Okay,
fair.
we're belated. There's another word. Entitled.
Entitled.
Entitled is the stupid word I was looking for. You know, you're not entitled to hurt everyone around you because you're hurt. Anyway, that's my feeling about Nesta. I could go on because there's a whole fucking book about her that I could do without. But anyway, Lucian, sidekick or standalone character? I wanted to see more of Lucian, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is a really long episode of chat with Chris and Pat because we have so much to talk about these books.
Like I really like Lucian. This is after the evolution of the books.
Well, no, you just have to start with book 1.
Yeah, I know, and
I know that's a hard one.
I think it's the point I'm getting at is how did I feel about him? No, I liked him. He wanted to heal Feyre. Mm-hmm. He healed her, but he also wanted to heal her right before she had made the promise to Rhysand.
Yeah, but he couldn't. Because he was beaten to near death.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like he was just a really sad pawn for most of it.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't seem to have his own identity. He was completely wrapped up in everybody else around him.
He did, yeah. I mean, it does kind of make me think of Robin a little bit, you know.
The Batman and Robin?
Yeah. Just kind of like, do what Tamlin says,
Do you think that was fear-based or loyalty-based?
Maybe, it might have been loyalty based. Yeah, considering what did Tamlin save him from?
Yeah.
We don't. Okay.
You don't know all that in the first book.
Okay. So, mum's the word on that.
But okay, so that's our discussion on main characters in the Court of Thorns and Roses.
Thorns and Roses, yeah.
You can tell we talk about this a bit.
She's a good author. I really. I'm trying. I mean, there's fantasies that I've read, and I haven't read a shitload, but I like that. I like the approach she has, and I don't know. It just
The world building?
It feels original
Yeah.
to me. But
The
I don't
world
know.
building. I mean, granted, the whole Beauty and the Beast theme isn't so original, but the way she built the world is unique.
Her creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her monsters, her creatures. They seems new.
Yeah, it's fresh. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you liked it. We actually were reading, he started reading the Fourth Wing series, and we had to put a pause on that because our daughter was reading the other part of, we were sharing an Audible account. Anyway, so I was like, well, while we wait, why don't I show you A Court of Thorns and Roses? And he's like, ooh, I like this better, actually.
Yeah. I definitely, it got me more intrigued, but.
Which is surprising because you love dragons.
Yeah, I do. You know, I think I'm a little nostalgic on how I want
Dragons portrayed.
the dragons portrayed. But I think Fourth Wing is in line with what I read like in the 90s. So
Okay, well, we'll have another discussion all about Fourth Wing and other books in this series of A Court of Thorns and Roses. So if you like this type of stuff, you're in good company. And I'd love to hear how you feel about these characters, if you feel like sharing.
yeah, bring it.
And so,
Bring your comments and your all that good stuff.
And if you want to have some discussion about it with us, you can chat with Chris and Pat.
Pat.
All right, ciao, guys.
Ciao.